How's it going, everyone? We're here for another Rust update video, and we're going to show you what you should expect in the big update coming next week. So this next big update is going to be like the vehicles update. Pretty much, it's going to be modular vehicles. That's how that's going to be. I mean, that's the big thing. Finally, cars in Rust. And with that, helicopters will be seeing a change in how they function as well. So we'll be going over that with a few other little things. So if you missed my last video, animals are getting a workover. Now, I'm pretty sure this is for when HDRP releases, and maybe even past that. We'll just have to see, because they are also going to be working on the animal behavior and AI and such as well. I don't know if that's after, at the same time, or what exactly planned. We'll just have to see. But yeah, we've got a couple of pictures. We've got the bear, the wolf, and the deer, which have been probably cycling right here if I did my part right in the video. And yeah, we're waiting to see boar and chicken would be the two last things that need to be redone. So keep an eye on the Rust Instagram, where they seem to be secretly dropping those pictures there. So let's get into the update here. Now, you'll notice there's a gate in front of me, and it looks a little bit different, and that is because the wooden high external gate has seen some changes. So you can see the top of it here is quite a bit different. It no longer has this kind of a canopy over it, and the barbed wire is kind of just, you know, I would say chaotically kind of placed around the top now. It definitely looks more scrapped together, but it also kind of looks more robust. So this is obviously the outer side of it here. And then this is the inner side, which you'll see has kind of some reinforcement back here. So yeah, that's basically how that's going to be. And then if you go ahead and take a look, there's now a dedicated spot for the code lock in here. So we shouldn't have weird funky stuff going on with code locks with the gates anymore. You'll also see that the code lock places in the exact same position on the stone gate, but the stone gate and wall don't seem to have any major changes to them. We'll just have to see how that goes with that, if this is going to have an update or not. I personally don't think it needs to, but hey, you never know. Sometimes it's just one of those things that happens. So that's the basics right there, with a couple of little changes. Also, banners should now properly decay. There was a problem with those not doing that, so they now should. So the first things first is, let's talk about research costs of things. So for the car parts coming in, there's low quality parts. Now these can be found in junk piles, and they're going to cost you 75 to research. Okay, and then you can also research the medium quality ones, which can be picked up from Bandit Town now. So you'll actually see there's a vehicle parts shop, and you'll see the medium quality parts in there for each about 100. Yeah, each one is 100 scrap, and then you can buy the lift for 200 scrap. Or if you go ahead and look at Outpost, there's the vehicles extra, and this is where you're gonna buy your high quality parts, which are 125 scrap but cannot be learned. So you'll actually see right now they are not learnable. I'm pretty sure that's the plan. So, you know, you can make up to medium parts, but, you know, you can't actually get the high qual stuff without buying it. So that kind of falls in line there. So for the medium, you can go ahead and learn them and then craft them on your own. It's going to cost you 125 scrap, as well as all the different module pieces can now be learned as well. Previously in my other videos, I said I wasn't sure if they were going to be learnable. It does look like they will be. So every single module costs the same, but they do have different crafting requirements, which we'll look at in a second. And then the car lift itself, which you can get at both Outpost or Bandit Town, is going to run you the 125 to research as well. So that's kind of easy to remember. These could all be subject to change if it doesn't feel balanced after it's come out, or maybe even before the patch. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these numbers here. So we can go to other. So far it doesn't seem to have a car section. So if you look, it's 5 high qual pieces for the low quality. And then if we get to the medium, it's going to be 10 high qual pieces per. And then the modules, we've got the cockpit vehicle module, which is going to be a workbench 2. You're looking at 250 frags, 5 high qual and 10 wood. Then armored is going to be workbench 3. you need 250, 5, and 50. Then the regular cockpit with an engine is back down to workbench 2 with 250, 8, and 100. Then the separate engine module, this one will run you 250 and 5 with no wood. Then you're looking at the single flatbed, which is 250, 100 wood, and or 250, 5, and 100. That's weird how they switch that on us. Then you got and we're not looking at here. So workbench 2, workbench 2, workbench 2. Everything's pretty much workbench 2, except for the armored module. So that's kind of an easy way to remember it. So yeah, the flatbed is going to be 250 and 5 and 100. When we have the rear seats, you can add 2 additional seats for 250, 100, and 5. Then we've got 250, 250, and 5 for the storage module, 400, 250, and 5 for the long truck bed. And then the fuel tank is going to run you 400, 100, and 5. So there you go with that. That's kind of the rundown. Oh, and I actually almost forgot this guy. 500, 250, and 5 for the big old passenger van kind of back for it. I accidentally started there. So that's pretty much how those are going to go. Then if you go into electrical, you should see the car lift. And the car lift is going to be workbench 2. And it's going to cost you 1,000 frags, 10 high qual, and 3 gears to get that one up and going. Which of course then it does require power to function. So let's go ahead and take a look over here. We've got a little car parked up on the lift already. And there is the locking mechanism. So that has had a couple little upgrades to it. So you can actually go ahead and, if you didn't see my last video, guys, you can now add a lock. Looks like we're gonna need a little bit of metal frags here. So add a lock, and you get a car key. And I believe there is now an actual visual for a lock. Oh, no, there's supposed to be a visual for a lock. I think it might only be on certain cabs right now. But once you have it, if you do not have the car key, you cannot do anything. So we'll go ahead and drop our car key, and you'll see it says locked. Can't access it at all, okay? So once we have our key, though, you'll see it says mount. Now, key can be removed here and added. So technically, if there's an abandoned car, you could push it to a lift and remove the lock. You could also physically kind of, like beat down the car, but if you turn it into wreck, you're kind of just wasting it yourself. But yeah, you'll need the key to actually get physically into the vehicle and start it. So there you go. That's definitely a nice thing. There's a few other little ownership things going on for unlocked cars as well, and that'll be more detailed in the actual dev blog, and we can go over that next week. But that's the general of that. You can also now name keys, any key. It doesn't have to be just a car key. If you have like a door key, I don't know, let's see. Will it actually, I wonder, miscellaneous door key, if I just give myself a random door key. Yeah, it still does. So, you can name this one whatever you want. Car 1 and car 2. So now we got car 1, car 2. So that does mean if somebody kills you, they can grab your car key and take off with your car. So just keep that in mind, guys. Also, the fuel storage does not lock when the car locks, so you can still get your fuel jacked just like you can with the mini copters. So be careful with that. Alright guys, and for the last big change, it is of course the mini copter and scrap helicopter. They will no longer spawn just randomly around. They were only like that to test initially. They've been tested pretty well, so it was time to implement them properly. They shouldn't just be something that can be picked up willy-nilly by anyone. Yes, that's kind of a nice thing in Rust, is anyone can do anything kind of feel, but there has to be some kind of balance to aircraft. They're just a little bit OP. And by a little bit OP, I think we all know that they're very OP. So this is one of those things that's going to, everyone's going to say it hurts solos. And it is, but it's really hard to balance anything without doing that. And so, yeah, let's just get into it. So Bandit Town looks a little bit different, right, guys? Well, the first thing you'll notice is when you actually get into Bandit Town, you'll see, boom, it says safe zone. So Bandit Town is now a safe zone, and that just the reason it's a proper safe zone now is because there were a lot of kind of like exploits, and it's just because this is the place right now you solely get your aircraft. So it would just make it, I mean, how would you feel if someone set up a SAM site just outside the safe zone, or let's say someone's waiting around the corner with a rocket launcher, so as soon as your heli spawns, they blow it up. Just stuff like that. There's a lot of kind of dickish stuff people can do, and the team has tried to prevent most of that. Of course, they'll probably still need to be tweaking and all sorts of things like that, as well as the prices are subject to change. Alistair has already said that in the Discord, but right now the prices are pretty high, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. So once you come on over to the little corner here in Bandit Town, you'll see it's kind of like this big empty area, and it's now filled with Airwolf. So once you come on in here, you'll see there's like a really messed up scrap heli, and you're gonna come around over here. There's a big old helipad, couple guards, and a shop. And look, Airwolf vendor, hello, welcome to Airwolf. How can I help you? And so you can just say you're just browsing, which you'll leave, or you can say I want to buy a helicopter. And okay, you've come right to the right place. What are you in the market for? Minicopter or so here's a minicopter. Sure, that'll be 1,500 scrap. So then you can either pay it if you have it, or you can change your mind. And then we'll go ahead and take a look here. The transport helicopter is 3,000 scrap. So yeah, some people are going to really hate those prices. Again, guys, it's subject to change, so don't lose your mind completely out over it. It could completely be lowered. It could be raised. Who knows? So again, this is just where they're starting, So we're going to go ahead and buy a minicopter. Another satisfied customer. You can find on the helipad. Please depart immediately, as repossession will occur in 2 minutes. So that's very important to know as well. If you just ditch your helicopter over here, they will repo it, and you're not getting your scrap back. So make sure you don't leave it here. So there we go. Oh, it even comes with a little bit of fuel for you, so that's nice. That's very nice. So it already comes with 100 fuel, and yeah, you can just jump on into your minicopter and crash it probably, if you're me. And you can be on your merry way. And boom. Bye, minicopter. Boom. That took a bit of bounce. Alright, and just to kind of show, it actually functioning, let's go ahead and buy ourselves a scrap transport. So, I would like to buy a helicopter. I'd like me the big one. That'll cost you 300, or 3,000, you sure? Yep, yeah, another satisfied customer, thank you. Immediately as it will, okay, so the repo time is the same on both, so that's good to know. And boom, there's our scrap transport. Let's see if they give you, okay, 100 fuel. So, same thing there. And one of the other things too, a lot of people are asking, well, is there going to be a locking mechanism for the aircraft? And right now it looks like that's staying the same. The team has also been asked, is there going to be modules for the helicopters and stuff? And it's more or less one of those things, hey, we're just getting in the cars, let's test it out, let's see where things go. Maybe in the future that could be a cool thing. So, it's one of those things, let's get tested first, So we're going to go ahead and jump in this guy. And away we go. Alright. We gotta crash this one too. Same spot, guys. Ready? Oh, down we go. Oh, it didn't even... it didn't even blow up yet. Well, close enough. We weren't up high enough. But anyways, guys, so there you go. You've seen it. This is how we're going to be getting the aircraft from now on. And yeah, I can't wait to see how everyone reacts to it. I personally think it's a positive change. it was too easy to jump in a helicopter, go to an oil rig, and just dominate within the first, sometimes couple of hours of a wipe. And this will make it a little bit more different since you aren't going to be taking a car out to the oil rig. But hey, there's still boats. So we're just going to see how that goes. But that pretty much is all the big stuff coming this update, guys. There's little fixes and other stuff which we'll cover again with the patch day. And there's also news of a summer DLC coming out. It looks like it's going to be another fun DLC, kind of like the music one. This one looks like it has stuff like diving boards and sunglasses and other stuff like that. So there's also mention of changes to watercraft. Now, this could easily mean the boats we already have, or it could be something unrelated, or it could be hinting towards something. I know a lot of people jumped straight ahead and were like, are we getting another boat or jet skis or something? And that would be awesome, but there's no word on that. Do keep an eye around soon, though. I have gotten word from the devs that when they are ready to talk about the DLC, they'll be hitting up a few of your favorite content creators to let you guys know what's going on, and I do believe I will be part of that, as well as some of the other regulars. So keep an eye out on all of us, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week for the huge update.